Who composed the famous Tamil epic Silappatikaram?
Perfect. Flow is the correct choice.
Where is this piece of sculpture found?
Exactly. Barely makes sense, and it is right choice. This Durga temple was built about.
Well picked. 1400 years ago is the correct answer. When was the iron pillar made?
Great job. 1600 years ago is the accurate answer.
This is a Jaina monastery from.
Valid point. Orissa is true.
The story Hastinapura itself was an old one, but was written in the form in which we know it today, about -years ago.
Bravo! 1500 is the answer. Most temples also had a space, which is a kind of a hall, where people could assemble, which is known as dash. Correct response. Mandapa is the most accurate answer.
The Mahabharata is about a war fought between the Kauravas and Pandavas, who were real brothers.
You chose false, and it is correct. Kanaji, the wife of Kovalan, mentioned in the Silappatikaram, destroyed the city of Madurai. Well reasoned. True is the correct choice. Epics are grand, long compositions about heroic men and women, but does not include gods. Right choice. False is the best answer. Another famous Tamil epic, the Manimekalai, was composed by Satnar around -years ago. Solid response. 1400 is a valid choice. Devotees walked around the stupa in an anti-clockwise direction as a mark of devotion. Strong choice. False is the right answer.
Merchant and farmers usually decided to build stupas and temples during this period.
Nice work. You chose false, and it is correct. Many of the stone carvings for decorating the stupa were made about -years ago. Good job. Your answer 2000 works well here.
The colors, which are vivid even after -years, were made of plants and animals.
Smart move. 1500 is an accurate answer.
The small box placed at the center or heart of the stupa is also known as a dash.
Excellent. Relic casket is a brilliant choice. The place where several caves were hollowed out of the hills over centuries was. Good thinking. Ajanta is the right answer.
Most temples of this period had a hall-like structure known as the mandapa.
Great thinking. True is the right choice. The Tamil epic, the Silappatikaram, was composed by a poet named Ilango. Correct. True is the right answer. Mahabalipuram and Aihole are known for the finest stone temples. Well done. True is the right choice. The most important part of the temple was the room known as Dash. Nicely done. Sanctum Sanctorum is a solid answer. A famous Tamil epic, the Dash, was composed by a poet named Dash. Smart pick. Silappatikaram, Ilango is the correct choice. A famous Tamil epic, the Silappatikaram, was composed by whom? Nice selection. Flow is the correct and valid answer.
India produced highly advanced types of iron which are dash.
You're right.
All of these is the correct answer.
Usually -U and decided to build temples and stupas. Right again. Kings, queens is a valid answer. The place where a magnificent stupa once existed was Clear logic. Your choice Amaravati is sound and 100% true. The Durga temple at Ayahole was built about years ago. Sharp thinking. 1400 is the right choice. Stories about gods and goddesses are found in the Excellent choice. Puranas is the right answer. In which city is the Iron Pillar of Mehrauli located? You got it. Your choice, Delhi, is right. Who walked around the stupa in a clockwise direction? On track. Devotees is the correct answer.
The writer of the famous epic, the Silapadikaram, was.
Nice selection. Flow is the correct and valid answer. Name the area where people could assemble in temple. Well picked. Mandapa is the correct answer. The used a system of counting without using zero. Smart pick. Romans is the correct choice. Where is Khandagiri Digamba Jain temple situated? Smart move. Odisha is an accurate answer. About how many years ago Manimekalai was composed? Good thinking. 1400 is the right answer. The Tamil epic Silapadikaram was composed about.
Valid point. 1800 is true.
Name the wife of Kovalan in Silapadikaram epic. Right choice. Mirror is the best answer. Mandapa was a hall where people could assemble. You're right. True is the correct answer. Name a famous historical tower in Baitargon. Excellent. Peak is a brilliant choice. The Iron Pillar at Mehrauli is in which state? Right again. Delhi is a valid answer. Who built the Iron Pillar in Mehrauli? Delhi? Correct. Chandra is the right answer. Name the dynasty whom the Iron Pillar belongs. Well done. Gupta is the right choice. About how many years ago Amaravati was built? Clear logic. Your choice 2000 is sound and 100% true. The Mahabharata is about a war fought between. You got it. Your choice Kauravas and Pandavas is right.
Which is the most important part of a temple?
Great thinking. Garbage is the right choice. Probably recited in temples by priests. Great job. Puranas is the accurate answer. Circular path around the stupa is called as? Good job. Your answer Pradakshina path works well here.
In which language were the Puranas written?
Correct response. Sanskrit is the most accurate answer. How many years ago Durga temple was built? Bravo. 1400 is the answer. The image of the chief deity was kept here. Exactly. Sanctum Sanctorum makes sense, and it is right choice. The center of stupa is also known as Solid response. Its heart is a valid choice. Who composed the Tamil epic Manimekalai? You chose Satna, and it is correct. The Puranas contained stories about Well reasoned. Gods and goddesses is the correct choice. What is the height of the Sanchi Stupa?
On track. 54D is the correct answer. What is the weight of the iron pillar?
Nicely done. 3 is a solid answer.
Beginning of stupa building is about?
Strong choice. 2.300 is the right answer.
What are the two famous Tamil epics?
Perfect. Silpadikaram Manimekalai is the correct choice. Where are Ajanta paintings located? Sharp thinking. Madhya Pradesh is the right choice.
The iron pillar is situated at dash.
Nice work. You chose Mirauli and it is correct.
The iron pillar is located in dash.
Excellent choice. Delhi is the right answer. Where is the Great Stupa located? Good job. Your answer, Sanchi, Madhya Pradesh, works well here. At what height the iron pillar is? Excellent choice. Is the right answer. The height of iron pillar is dash. Right again. 7.2 mm is a valid answer.
Paper was invented in China about?
Nice selection. 1900 years ago is the correct and valid answer. Which was the capital of Kosala? Well reasoned. Ayodhya is the correct choice. The Puranas were written in dash. Good thinking. Sanskrit is the right answer. Name 2 famous Sanskrit epics. On track. Both Ambiya is the correct answer.
Sanskrit Ramayana is written by?
Solid response. Valmiki is a valid choice. What required careful planning? Smart pick. Shikaras is the correct choice. 1- was a great astronomer. Great job. Aryabhata is the accurate answer. Where is Durga Temple located? Great thinking. Ialho is the right choice. Where is Iron Pillar located? Valid point. Marauli, Delhi is true. Sanchi Stupa was built by? Sharp thinking. Ashoka is the right choice. Who built the Iron Pillar? Clear logic. Your choice Chandragupta II is sound and 100% true. Who wrote Silapadikaram?
Excellent. Flow is a brilliant choice.
What does stupa means? Nicely done. Mound is a solid answer. Who wrote Mahabharata? Nice work. You chose Vedvyas and it is correct. Who wrote Manimekalai? Well done. True is the right choice. Purana literally mean? Correct. Old is the right answer. Who wrote Meghaduta? You're right. Kalidasa is the correct answer. Who invented paper? Correct response. Kailan is the most accurate answer. Stupa means a dash. Right choice. Mound is the best answer. Who wrote Ramayana?
You got it? Your choice Valmiki is right.
Who wrote Aryabhata? Perfect. Aryabhata is the correct choice. Who was Aryabhata? Smart move. Mathematician is an accurate answer. Who invented do? Bravo. Aryabhata is the answer.
How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format.
You chose contact Narayan Changder on Facebook. And it is correct.